playground. Hooray!
Stand by for a radio show.
Whoa there.
Nope, not that one.
Turn your monitor down a little bit. Turn your booth down just a cunt hair. Would that offend a woman?
A cunt hair? Probably so.
I hope not.
Because what's a cunt hair? What you
What's
trying
a
to say?
small?
We're cunts?
No,
Most
what I'm
of
trying
you.
to say is when you want someone to turn something down a cunt hair, you want them to slightly turn it down because it's a small hair.
Very small hair.
Have you ever been with a woman with very long pubic hair? I mean, I haven't.
Yeah, I have.
Like you could braid it.
Not long.
Braid it.
Not like, well, I guess you got to, your definition of long.
It's a cunt hair.
You mean bushy? You've had bushy bush.
A cunt hair. I mean, cunt hair could be long.
They're still curly.
When
not
you say,
that
hey,
long.
just move that over, just a cunt hair. That means it's like a centimeter.
It's a
When you have women who don't like to shave, they like to do the natural thing. So you got like a big afro down there. That's technically a cunt hair.
But a ball hair, a sack hair, could be very long. Like if you said somebody move that a sack hair, you'd want to move it like 3 inches in some cases. I mean, do you ever have any long hairs on your balls?
I mean,
I don't have cunt hairs.
I groom.
You understand?
You got father time in between your legs, dog. The fuck?
I'm just saying if you let it go.
Yeah,
This
well,
is
hell
your
yeah, it'd be
future.
gross.
You guys never let it go like for like a week or two?
Bro,
No, sir.
you get that taint going, boy.
I clean
Get
that.
that taint
It gets
getting
all
all
clean that
dusty
up.
down there.
No.
And shit
You know
get
what?
caught to your boxes. You trying to
What do
take
you
them
what
off.
do
and
you
you're
use
like,
to
"God damn."
trim down there, Ramo?
I use a razor.
What? You know they have things
You just
that
get down in there with a razor
you
and
can
just
use without a razor. You know, this,
Clean it up. What?
they got the it's called it's the damn. It's a mini like shaver thing. It's the Manscaped thing.
Man,
That's what it's
fuck
called.
that. Whatever.
I use clippers.
when it grows back down there, you get it's prickly. I don't like that. You don't get
So,
that?
What?
When your hair grows back between your legs, it gets all prickly and shit.
It grows back in a really big fucking bush. I
You
can
get
tell you that
irritated.
shit.
Sometimes I have to put like a little powder
Like
down there.
the
Or you
hair.
can like
Oh,
you
well,
stick
yeah.
something
I'm not
like that so
part
you don't
fucking
shave.
werewolf, all right, guys? Like
You
I
have
don't-
ass
I
hair.
get-
I don't know, man.
of course I
You
do,
got
but
some
I mean,
hairy
if
ass
I
forearms
shave
right now.
once a week, I'm good. I'm
Hi,
not
folks.
fucking.
We're starting off the show with ass hair
Yeah.
this week. Glad you
pretty
could join us.
disgusting.
Welcome, bitches.
That's why they call it the Outcast podcast
Yeah.
because, we're all a little out there. We welcome you to the show. We have the freaking Puerto Rican. What's up, Raymond?
What's going on, man? Just sitting here,
We got
ass
it.
hairless.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
shaved like a baby.
Yeah, how, like a baby's butt. Well,
Go ahead and prove that to TK. Why don't you show him?
no.
shit.
He knows already.
Oh, damn.
he
that
does.
looks, that's not too bad.
we
right?
now we know what's
Looking
going
good.
on down at the beach.
Hi.
We got Memphis on air with his awesomeness. He's spreading it all over the airwaves. What's up, Memphis?
Yep, and balls that are smooth as eggs.
Very nice.
That's
And
weird. What do you
Ladies.
get them like shots in them or something?
Yeah, Botox.
Botox and balls. Who was that? Dave Chappelle? Speaking
yeah,
of
it
Dave
really was
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Do you have a lot of hair on your balls, TK?
You know what? There are times when my balls are quite hairy.
I'm sure.
Hairy
Hair.
balls.
They can get that way.
You know what's the worst though is that
Trying to
hair
gain
that
weight or
starts to
something?
like travel up your dick. So, like if it stays on your balls, but if you start to get the hair that kind of goes up your dick a little
What are
bit,
you
got to
talking
trim
about?
those down.
What are you? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. I know what he's talking about.
You got a
You
hairy
do?
dick.
Yeah, you know what I'm
you
saying?
get like the dick hair
The
that
shaft,
kind of
on
like
the
goes
shaft,
up the
like the
shaft
side of the
a little bit
shaft.
there. You
You
get
gotta-
the shaft
That's not
hairs.
getting old.
You got to get it shaved all the way down to
They're
the base.
rogue. It's
You don't
not,
use
it's
a
not
razor on that
full,
shit, do
You
you?
know, but yeah, man, you get the fucking
Yeah,
shaft
yeah.
hairs. You know,
I
Ramo.
just have to make
Thanks for
a
saving me, Ramo.
make a true statement.
Fuck,
As,
Gentry was gonna bury me on that one. Oh, you got fucking shaft hairs. This guy's a
You are
fucking
a werewolf,
alien.
well, the way you were
Fucking
describing,
hairy
you
bastard.
You are Italian, aren't you?
Sorry.
guys are fucking nuts. All I know is that before the show started, 5 seconds before we turned the mics on, somebody said, "Man, we sure got to get a girl in here." Would you imagine if you're talking about what we're talking about? We don't have any women listeners at this
Oh,
point.
we're going right
I'd
in
love
with
to
this.
hear
They
some
all
chick
stopped
talk
listening.
about
They all
how
stopped
they
love
shit.
it.
We had a little drop off. I think
love
we'll
it.
get them back. We get them. I think today's topic we can get them back.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
We're topical.
TK is on the
We
show.
do need
so
to
we
add
know
a
that.
little section on like maybe creamers and makeup. Then that'll bring the women in.
Creamers and makeup.
no.
huh?
Yeah, we'll have a
No.
little. No, I'm
That
just
sounds
joking.
like a new sexual toy in the way they advertise
maybe
it.
lube.
Creamer.
The new
Yeah,
lube.
and
that'll,
makeup.
that'll get him in.
lube.
Are we technically sexist?
So what do we got going on, G?
We have some breaking news. It looks like we have protesters outside of the Supreme Court right
Oh,
now.
I thought they were outside the studio. I was like, oh, here we go. No.
That's next.
We
ain't far.
I hear the sirens, TK, so don't you worry. Roe versus Wade right now is it's in question. Will it stick around? It's been around since 1973, but will it stay? TK, why don't you tell the listeners what has happened? There's been some type of leak, right?
They leaked it out. So what happened was all the conservative justices, they got together and they did this opinion piece. They drafted it up, so they wrote it up. And whoever leaked it got a hold of it and leaked it out. And basically what they were doing was dissenting and saying that why they would overturn Roe v. Wade.
It's like
and the reason
98
for
pages, I think.
So the people leaked it, and that's making everybody go crazy because they're like, they haven't decided on it yet, they haven't voted on it yet or anything, but this paper alone is making everybody go crazy because they're like, oh, they're gonna do it, and they may, but to me, that will make it go back to the states, and a lot of people say that the majority of Americans favor being able to get an abortion within the first trimester. So if people favor that and it goes back to the states for votes, I think there'll still be abortion in a lot of the states. So you can still be able to get one.
Yeah, it looks like each state will be able to vote on it. So probably in the South and in the Midwest,
Oh,
they
going
may
down to the South,
abolish it. They may abolish it.
I don't know.
Well, I think what's going to end up happening is a lot of people are going to push their religion or their religious ideals into laws. And I think it's pathetic that in this day and age, we're still doing this. Because, let's be honest. We live in a country that's supposed to be freedom of religion.
Yep.
Okay? So why the fuck are you pushing your religion on me? That's religion based. That's Christianity, that it's against God, your God, to do this for whatever reason.
But what do you feel? What do you feel about a woman who's just she's just a slut? She's just out fucking.
We know what he thinks about that. He loves it.
Hell yeah. I know tons of them.
And she's had 3 abortions and she has no, she's no accountability to opening her legs.
You know what? That's her. If she believes in that thing that she's gonna have to deal with her maker. You know what I'm saying?
Put a limit on it, a bartender. At some point, somebody has too many drinks, you cut them off.
Definitely, don't get me wrong.
Too many abortions, you should get cut off.
No, I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be amount of abortions, but I do believe at a certain point, unless it's a medical emergency for everybody involved, it needs to be done on a case-by-case basis. I don't think you can umbrella some shit like this. And here's the thing. Really, when you look at it from the most basic point of view, I don't think our law should be telling women what the fuck they can and can't do with their body.
But it would be men and women, because men can get pregnant now too. Sorry. Had to interject there.
He's a dick.
No,
listen.
We got the man pregnant emoji on the phone now.
That's fun.
Fuck you, Drake.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
Weirdos.
I'm sorry. That's my belief. I think it's way fucking overstepping.
All right, so check,
and these people are going back and it's.
What
this
if
is
after the second abortion they kill the
bullshit.
mother instead of the baby?
I think it's
Right?
none of
So you can have an
anybody's-
abortion,
I
but
think
you're
it's none of
aborting yourself,
anybody's
and the baby
fucking
stays, and you go.
business.
Well,
Really?
How about that?
I think
Really, it's not.
Then people would think about it more, right?
Go ahead, Memphis. What do you think?
I just feel like, nope, you're right, Ramo. You are right that men cannot tell a woman what to do with her body. We just what the fuck? Lead them the fuck along with their bodies. Gee, you're right.
Except for to get a vaccine you don't want.
Well, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about abortions and shit right now.
I thought we were talking about my body, my choice. You just said.
Well, technically true. Even with the vaccine, they're not telling you, motherfucker, you better go get
You
one.
have to.
They were
get it.
starting to talk about
It
it.
would make
You know,
sense.
In
it
certain
makes
jobs.
sense, but you don't have to take that job, and you don't have to get the jab too. So
Right.
it is. He's right. It's my body, my choice. So the women, there's their body, their choice.
Apples and oranges.
Right, I agree with that. But with now
Red apples and green apples.
If a woman's gotten more than one abortion, I'm asking questions. I'm curious as to why you getting the second abortion. Like the first one, whatever. What's going on with the second one? Because now it's a pattern. You
Right.
know,
And
the
you're
reason
not
why I say
being
And
this-
then the third one, she has to get killed and the baby stays.
well, that's pretty
You would think about it
medieval.
by that third. Boy, I know at 3 strikes, I'm out of this motherfucker.
Here's the
I better
thing.
close my pussy.
And here's the thing. And think about it. Let's think about it from a like clinical standpoint. Okay, somebody who's willing to kill their children or just because
Right.
3 times, they probably have mental issues. Maybe we should get them evaluated and have them see a doctor and maybe some
But
counseling.
now you're
and-
contradicting
Yeah.
yourself, man. It ain't
And
nobody's
so the
business.
pussy shut.
It ain't nobody's business.
It's
you
not.
said, right?
It's not. It's not. But when it becomes a mental health issue, then it becomes society's issue. Because if you let it get too far, then that's when you got motherfuckers robbing Circle K without fucking pants on and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got fucked up shit going on all the time. People never look at it like they're always, oh, what a piece of shit. Like, you did this or that. What if that motherfucker's just sick in the head? What
True.
if they're fucked up? Like, you know, we need to start approaching shit because there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in this world. And most, well, I won't say most because I all of us seem to deal with it pretty well. But I would imagine there's quite a bit of people that maybe ain't up to that fucking shit.
Right.
What?
You know what I'm saying? It ain't on par with what goes on in their life. There's a lot of crazy
I
shit
know,
that
I actually
happens.
know a few people that is not quite there, but they're there.
Do you
You
mean
know,
they're,
and
they're operational?
Like they're
What do you mean?
they're-
Mentally
they're
retarded?
fucking
Functional-
retards. You know what he's saying? I was
No.
trying to
Functional thigh.
no, not retarded and no shit like that. And
Down,
folks don't
Down syndrome?
No, like mentally,
Down
like they're just like
syndrome,
out
girl.
there, like they just have something ain't
Gotcha.
quite. It's not right in the
They
head.
got a screw loose, as
Sure.
they say.
Somewhat, yeah. They some that
Oh,
have
you
a
can
screw
say
loose
that
and
for
one
all
that's
of
coming
them.
unraveled. But yeah, man, like
No offense.
I women's body is their body, but if you're getting multiple abortions, now you're in question because like, what are you doing? Like, bitch, can you not
I heard
stop taking dick and
Well, look,
fucking
it's
make
also
motherfucker
the
wear a
guy's fault
condom,
too. Because if
or-
a guy is going around like Memphis fucking bitches in all 50 states and he's got 17 kids.
Yeah, cut off their dicks.
Oh, yeah.
If a
I don't have
second,
17 fucking kids. Maybe
see,
it's like,
men would be like, fuck that. Like, if some
I'm just fucking
motherfucker
with
tried
you.
to
I'm
tell,
just
all
fucking with
right,
you.
like, I have 5 kids that I claim.
Right.
Like, and I don't know of any others. Like, I'm
Holy
not saying that I
cow.
do, but if there were, like, I wouldn't want some motherfucker to come tell me, you know, oh shit, you got 6 kids. One you don't even know about, motherfucker. Time to sew you the fuck up.
Bring
Like,
your dick
you
to-
ain't cutting me up. Fuck
bring
you.
his dick
You know
to
what I'm saying? Like, no.
City Central.
Like,
It's gonna be a
you
crowd
know,
of women that
so-
are cheering with
So,
fucking.
Well,
I
the
chicks.
thing is,
cut
they're
his
not
dick
banning,
off.
And
they're not
I-
banning abortion, so you don't have to worry about it. They don't have to worry about that. They might have to drive a little further to get in. In most cases, they won't. What?
TK,
shouldn't-
you know
it
the old
shouldn't-
clothes hanger trick, don't you?
It's-
TK?
Yeah,
not
he
gonna
does.
That's
happen.
horrible
It's
because
not
they've
gonna
done
happen.
that.
It's not
They
gonna
used to do that shit to black women way back in
gonna
the day, and black women have like a really high like mortality rate
Yeah.
with abortions and shit like that. So like it worries me, not just for black women, just women in general, just in general, because I understand like if
Is anybody
if
concerned
you
about
have-
the fetuses?
What
What about the women
Here's-
fetuses?
here's
What
the-
about the fetuses that are women?
Here's the thing. When it comes to the fetus, yeah, it's obviously you have concerned about the baby as a soul and a person and all that shit. But once again, if you got a mom like you guys are saying that wants to kill every offspring that she decides to have, do you really want that motherfucker bringing up kids in this
Like the
goddamn
lady in
world?
South
You know what I'm
Carolina?
saying? Like,
I've heard the argument. It's
You
like
know,
how
like,
many
really?
Da Vinci's, how many Einsteins have we killed since Roe v. Wade
oh,
was enacted?
please.
I've heard the argument. I've also thought about it like how
None,
many John Wayne
none.
Gacy's have we killed? Quite a few.
None. Because I think people become
None?
that with life experiences. Shit happens to them when they're little kids.
I think
that
that's true.
fuck them up.
The first
And
or
they
second
do
leading
shit like
cause
that,
of death
like-
in the United States is abortion for children. I think is number 1 for kids.
No, guns are.
yeah.
And then abortion's number 2.
So let's
And
ban guns first. How about that?
The United
Well, I'm
States
not
is
banning
slowly
guns, you
turning.
crazy?
Oh, see, there you go.
Shit, I'm
Dude,
ready to cap
hey,
some
let's-
See,
motherfuckers
motherfucker,
off.
the
Fucking
argu-
before you take the guns away, it's about time to...
there's holes in the
fucking use
argument.
them.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to go that far. Now, should there be some kind of regulation because it's a medical procedure and it involves life? On both sides and all sides, because
Shouldn't be done in the back of a
sometimes-
truck.
Right, definitely not. sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think it shouldn't be to the point where, our God says it's bad, so you can't do it. No, fuck you.
Yeah,
like, that
God.
don't belong in our laws. I'm sorry.
I just think if you're humane, though, some young 14-year-old girl is raped by a cross-eyed, habitual
her uncle,
pedophile.
her father,
totally
her stepfather,
people.
because that's usually who it is.
It's like that's a sad situation.
Yeah,
it's
that should be
terrible.
taken care of.
That should just be taken care of. But if the woman's
Taken care of
pregnant,
a very loose woman who
Aborted?
continuously gets
aborted, taken
pregnant
care of.
and-
Taking care of the kid, you take him out.
what I'm
Once
saying.
again,
I take
I'm
care of the
pretty sure
baby.
most people wouldn't be opposed to some type of regulatory system.
Right.
But to just say you can't do it is fucking. We might as well turn off fucking electric, turn off our running water, and start wiping our ass with fucking banana tree leaves again, because this is
Why?
fucking
Because women
ridiculous.
can't have abortions?
Because it's fucking dark ages bullshit, dude.
Because women can't have abortions?
Religion does not belong in our government and
What
our
does
laws.
religion have to do? Listen, let me just say this.
Because
Can
it has
not
to-
be,
it's
hold
more-
on, can
it's-
it
it
not
has to
be
do
right
it-
to kill your own child without God?
What?
Did you hear what I said? Does God have to enter into it? Can it just not be right to kill your own child without God in it at all?
Okay, but is it even your own child to a certain point?
But do you
know what I'm
answer my
saying?
question?
But is it not
You
your
didn't answer my
decision?
question.
What? Yeah, no, you
If
cannot
God
kill
didn't
God.
say, let's say God doesn't exist, isn't it still wrong to kill your own child if God isn't even in the
it
picture?
depends on your moral belief and
think-
whatever it's about. But is that your child at that point? Like, what if there's other,
when it's
extenuating
in your
situations?
stomach? When it's in your stomach?
extenuating situations.
When the kid is in your stomach, is it yours?
Yeah, if there's extenuating situations, I don't know if it's mine because I'm a guy. But if there are situations that it could be helpful to everybody involved,
Like what? Like rape, you mean?
the death, a situation like that. So maybe the baby's not going to be born with anything even alive. Maybe it's going to be, they know
Well,
already
sure,
it's going to be
sure.
stillborn. You
I
know what I'm
get
saying?
that,
Like
I get that.
shit, and it's
What
not
about
going to be
young
medically.
kids? You're young and dumb, and you're 14 or 15, and you end up having sex with the neighbor. And next thing you know, you're pregnant.
knocked up.
You're
Which is
knocked
the
up.
overwhelming majority of
young girls.
I-
that,
I mean,
I
nowadays,
see-
they
That's
have
the
a freaking
first
TV show
abortion. The
about it.
second abortion's in college.
See,
how they
but
raise
see
them up.
that,
That's
but
what
see
it is.
that's your guys' judgment, though.
it's not
You-
judgment.
You,
that's
you
that's
know-
happening.
You
That's
know that? Do you
happening.
know
It's
that for a
true.
fact? You know that for a fact that's majority
the
of
abortion-
what
I don't know if it's
Planned
majority,
like
but
that.
it's happening.
I would like to know
Okay,
those,
it
I would
does
like
happen.
to know those numbers.
Okay, so then
They groom
why are
these
we
girls to
why
have
are we
abortions.
punishing the kids in that situation? Like, we need to get the parents involved. Like, why the fuck is this happening? What's going on? Like, what's going on
sure.
in your house? Like,
Yes.
it needs to be a family thing that we deal with.
Yes.
And I don't think killing it or not killing it is even in question or should be up to the government to decide. It should be up to the family to decide, because they're the ones that have to raise this
But
child.
they are killing it, so that's murder, right?
Not until it's born.
I just want to know. I got this question.
I don't know. Just
Not
that's the
until it's
question.
born.
I mean, it's hard to answer. That's the
I do
question.
feel
we're all
like-
No,
even fighting
and
with
I understand
for-
that, and it could be even before they're born. I'll give you that.
What
Like,
about the heartbeat?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
when
there
you
could
start
be
hearing that heartbeat,
there could be
Well, how long
that's
is
what I'm
it-
saying. There could be a regulatory. That's what I'm saying. Like, most people probably aren't going to be opposed to some shit like that. But just to say no, you can't do it.
but I don't think
that
anyone's
has-
saying that.
Well,
if
these
they overturn
Republicans
this
are.
shit, that's exactly what the fuck
Yeah,
they're
these
saying.
Republicans
bro.
are.
That's exactly what the
They
fuck they're
totally
saying.
are.
And I'm pretty sure that our freaking governor here is looking
Well, he
at
signed
that
something.
to
Well,
pass
I-
already.
he signed
and
something,
and
yeah.
they're definitely going to ban it completely if possible.
Oklahoma did it this
I
morning.
say this as a person.
The governor of
They
Oklahoma did it
banned
this morning.
the ban that he has, from what I
It's
understand,
called a trigger.
right? And
Which means it
they
automatically-
can't get it done till after, like, I think it's 15 weeks. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think you can't even tell you're pregnant until 13 or 14 weeks. So, like, that's even medically tell. Some motherfuckers can't even tell they're pregnant until
Until the
3
baby pops.
months.
Because they're fat.
Whatever. Oh, you're gonna punish fat people?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. He's a dick. No. He's like, I'm just kidding.
More cushion
No, I
for the
feel you.
pussy,
But I mean, seriously,
Sorry,
like,
fat people. I'm just fucking with you.
I think
I'm a little fat.
regulatory, yes. Case by case, yes. Flat out ban, that's fucking dark ages bullshit. dude.
Here's my question. So they trying to ban this, try to go back on Roe v. Wade. Then what is Brown versus board of education.
And
Act.
nothing's
slippery
safe.
slope
Nothing's
argument.
safe.
Or it's loving.
It says that in the piece that they wrote that this is just concerning Roe v. Wade and is not
And this was a leak.
concerning any of the other rights.
This was just something that they were
Yeah,
drafting.
yeah,
to,
yeah, sure.
But my thing is, okay, my thing
And
is,
they should be allowed to do that.
An
But
they're not
opinion
gonna
piece.
do-
Yeah.
But thing is, like, well, why?
They're not going to take Brown versus the Board of Education
or
down.
Loving versus Virginia. You know what that
I
is?
don't. Yeah,
That's-
those are all segregation
Yeah, that's-
cases. They wouldn't. There's no reason to do that.
Bullshit. There is
There's
no reason to do
that.
So you're going to
Roe
tell
v.
me,
Wade either.
and I don't think
Nobody
they will
wants
either.
to bring. Nobody wants to bring back slavery. No one.
I don't think they will either.
Or
But
segregation.
if
no one.
if they're willing to fuck with
I mean, maybe
women,
some people do. I don't know.
they ain't
Black
gonna have
folks,
a
we
problem
still
fucking
ain't.
with
We
black
still
folks.
ain't.
Yeah,
We
that's-
still feel like we ain't equal. So I mean, shit.
Well,
Doing
I
this
want
to
you
women,
to feel equal
they
to
gonna be
me.
like,
Sure,
You're
of
equal to
course.
me.
No, we
you
know that,
I
man.
feel that you're
Yeah,
equal to me,
of
and that's
course.
all I can say as a
Right.
person, as a man
Yeah.
standing here on
I
this
think
planet.
he's a little better than you, actually, TK. Slightly.
I can appreciate
Memphis
that.
is a pretty
I can
good guy,
appreciate
huh?
that. I can appreciate
Slightly
that.
better.
Fine.
I don't know if I'd go equal.
Well, fine.
Hey, I'm just surprised he's saying that with his white hood on.
I know, right?
You're a fucking asshole. What an asshole. Because I have I had it toned down today. I can't believe you even saw it. Oh, I had the hoodie on.
I
not the
fucking
hood.
love you, Brody. You're
Bastard.
my Brody.
I
All
just
right, let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah,
Let's go.
At this point, as far as I'm concerned with the Roe versus Wade thing, this is just an opinion piece that's
Sure.
leaked. This could be like some kind of political agenda. As you said before the show, midterms are on the way.
Yes, they
What
are.
do they love to do out there? They love to throw a little
Start
something.
shit. Yeah.
Start some shit, give them
Sure.
something to talk shit
Sure,
about.
why not?
Let's talk some more shit about politics.
It was the Hunger Games Gala. That's what they've been calling it.
Let's talk about the Magic Kingdom and the glorious place that is Orlando. When you wish upon a
Orlando's
star.
awesome.
I love going to Orlando. I always love going to Disney World because, the grounds look really nice when you drive through
They
there.
do look nice. They're
Man,
very
they take
nice.
care
I
of-
mean, it's badass.
They take care of their grass. They take care of their signs. But they've been being able to do whatever they want for 55 years. They've been able to build the road how they want. They've been able to – they don't need to pull a permit. Hell no. We're Disney. We build what we want, and they've been going by these rules, I guess, for 55 years.
So let me get
They
this
pay
straight.
for
So
it, too.
they owned the land around Disney. Is that how it worked? They didn't have to pay any taxes. Is that what it was?
I'm pretty sure
No,
that they've
yeah,
owned
they
the
pay
land for a
taxes.
long time.
No. They didn't pay taxes on any of the land or anything. That's
They
what the
they haven't
sweet.
been
That was
paying
that's
taxes.
what the deal was. Yeah, they weren't paying taxes, and they basically had their own. It was their city incorporated all the land around Disney, and that's what they took from them.
25,000 acres of land there in Orlando, right off the interstate I-4.
Which is why they're saying now the people of Orlando are going to be taxed for that
Big time.
to try to get them angry. But if they turn it into a city, then we could pick up members in Congress and make tax revenue from it.
But
It'll take
they'll
a while.
also generate money because now, guess what, Disney, you're on FPL's power, Florida Power and Light, or whoever's going to provide them power. They're also, but then in Disney's favor, it could be a bad thing, though. What happens when it's time for the county out there to come fix the roads? There's a pothole in the road. Now Disney will just say, well, hey,
it ain't us.
it ain't us.
Not going to
You
send
gotta
that
fix
mouse
it.
out there anymore to fix it, huh?
The mouse is not going to be able to fix it anymore, but they will. And I think there'll be more red tape now. If Disney wants to build a ride or something, they're probably going to have to, get their drafts permitted. It's going to take longer. It just to me seems the only thing when I was reading this that I like everybody to be on a level playing field. And when you hear things like, well, Universal Studios doesn't get those types of benefits. I'm a capitalist, and I like people to be able to make as much money as they can. But when you
They should
start
have never had it.
when you start being able to bend the rules because I got a little bit more money than you do, then I don't really like it. Like why does Disney get the special treatment? Why should they?
I also wish it wasn't happening. Like I wish our governor and Disney wasn't fighting right now about this shit. It is what it is. Things happen. But and so I wish he didn't have to go after them and try to take this thing, or they weren't feeling that he was not lining up with the values that they wanted to portray for their business, which I guess is what their beef with him is. They're not allowing them to say and do what they want. And I guess, and especially since they were saying that they were going to try to help repeal they call it the Don't Say Gay bill.
but it's talking about sexual orientation in schools, correct?
Right.
Well, what really made him go after them is when they said they were going to actively try to get that bill repealed. That's when he went after them for that, the actual land and everything.
He's petulant. Okay,
I wish
our
wish they
governor
weren't going
should
after
not
him.
be fucking making legislation and concerning our fucking state government with a fucking amusement park. All
But
right, well, no matter what they fucking say, okay. Whatever
They're a
they
lot
had
more than
going on-
amusement
Okay,
park.
no,
But
I
I also
understand
agree
that.
with Gentry because I think the level playing field is right, too.
Okay, but here's the thing.
So they never should have had it in the first place.
No, because y'all can say what the fuck you want. If it wasn't
we
for
will.
Disney World, okay, Florida wouldn't be dick.
Really?
All right?
It's true.
No, I'll
It's
fucking
shaped
guarantee
like
you.
a dick.
Exactly. That's exactly what the fuck it
It's
be.
shaped
It'd
like
be
a
a bunch
penis.
of old
We don't have
ass,
beaches here.
not
The fucking-
But you
dude,
can go.
I'm
The
telling you,
climate,
you're not gonna
year-round
you're
sunshine.
not gonna get Disney fucking love, dude. Like
Disney's
do
not
you-
coming to
where can you
Florida if you don't
operate
have
a
the
theme
great
park
weather.
that is
Do you
year-round
understand?
sunshine?
But no. I'm telling you, dude.
I mean,
like,
there's great.
no.
I mean, there's great
Florida
weather. in
wouldn't be
No,
California.
it is. No. It's a great fucking team.
You're forgetting about the cruise ship industry.
It's a
They
great
lose that if they go.
It's a great matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like
Disney was big for tourism in the state of Florida.
you know what I'm saying? Like they worked together, and it was a good partnership. They did what they had to do, and I'm sure that the city of Orlando benefited tons
Still do.
in many ways with Disney having that little partnership thing that they had going on with the government. Okay, for it to be dissolved over disagreement is fucking petulant. And I'm telling you, Barney Rubble is not fucking governor material. Vote for Charlie Crist. I'm telling you, because that dude, man,
We gotta
I used
get
to
this-
like him. He
gotta get
would
this-
do some stuff that would be all right, and he stayed out of the limelight. I don't know what happened, but the last 2 years, he turned into a fucking imbecile and won't get his face out of the fucking news and will stop doing dumb fucking legislation.
You know Charlie Crist was a Republican, right?
I do. So was I.
Who's that?
That's Barney
Barney
Rubble.
Rubble.
Yeah. It's our governor.
Yeah, he is
Laughing
a
at
fucking
me.
stooge.
I don't know, man.
He's a chode.
I'm telling you,
Charlie
dude.
Crist was already our governor, and it sucked.
No, he was good. He wasn't bad. He
He's
left
not
to
good.
do bigger and better things.
That's what happened to our water. He fucked it all up with Big Sugar.
Well, that's
Was that him or
probably-
was that the dude that came behind him? The other
I think
crook?
so.
No, that's
Yeah,
Rick
yeah,
Scott after him.
yeah.
So Rick
See?
Scott is the one that
The
had.
bald
Set
dude.
that
He's our
shit up.
senator
Yeah.
now, actually.
He's the one that had the pharma company or whatever and got
See,
sued
that's what I'm
by
saying.
like
See what I'm
trillions
saying?
of
Like,
dollars.
All of them have got some shit going on, okay?
Sure.
But when you got people, I mean, this is just there's bigger fish to fry, and you're wasting fucking
there
people's
are
time.
culture
You're
wars going on in this
grandstanding.
culture
Because
in this
here's
country.
the thing.
That's what's happening.
No, sure, definitely.
they're
I'll give
it's
you
on
that.
fire
I'll
right
give you
now.
that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
It does not have to do with me. I'm not involved in it, really.
100%.
I'm just over here being an asshole.
Right.
But there are culture
Sure.
wars, like
Admitted it.
big
Sure.
time. People are pissed about all this shit, teaching the kids and
No, I'll totally give you that, dude. But you know what? I've been to school. I've sent five kids through school, and not one of them has ever heard or said or been taught any shit that it's a fucking grandstand. It's a, hey,
Which thing?
I'm running for governor, and I need you guys to pay
You know what
attention
that is?
because I'm making noise about shit you guys care about, but
You know
he's
what that
only
is?
talking to a certain sect of his people.
You know what that
You know
is?
what I'm saying? And
About
other
what,
people
though?
don't.
You have
The
to be
fucking
specific.
they fucking don't talk about fucking this or
That's
that.
not
like,
what the bill's about. The bill's just saying don't talk to kids under third grade about anything. About
They don't.
Nothing.
They don't.
Then why should
it's
there be a
pointless.
problem?
Because it's a pointless bill to fucking have. It's a grandstand
To
It's
lose all that
something
property over the fact
They're not
that it's
losing a
pointless
dude.
bill.
I can guarantee you they're
Well,
not
I
going
have
to
a
lose.
question.
I'll
Check this
guarantee you.
out.
I just feel like they.
I'll guarantee they're not going to
How
lose.
much
stepped
money
in it
you
for no
willing to
reason.
put on
Dude,
the line?
Disney's in
Forced
bed
error.
with the government. Like,
So I have a question.
fuck Florida.
Go ahead, Memphis.
You
my
live in
question is-
Florida.
I
My
love it.
question
Hey,
is,
Memphis is speaking.
my question is, bam,
Shut the
gavel,
fuck up.
gavel. My question is, why did they bring this shit up in the first place? Like who did what for this to even to come about? Because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are they doing the freaking?
Well, they want to start talking about sexual orientation to young kids. It sounds like they want
and
to change
because
the
it's
curriculum.
Disney, people are like pissed.
No, but I'm saying is, so who is they? Like, where are the examples? Like,
The executives at
There ain't
Disney,
none.
they got
It's
caught
all
on
made
video.
up.
yeah, that's what I'm
The,
like.
the executives.
If it's something like for me, I'm like if it's factual, like it's hard facts, like
It's
not
made
just some
up.
one thing, right? If it's real, okay, then let's address it.
They released a statement on Twitter saying they were going to
on.
help repeal the bill. I mean, how's that made up?
But if there's nothing going on,
no.
It sounds
Okay,
like
so what?
Making up something.
So what if they do that? The governor needs to be like, okay, I guess they don't agree with it. Too fucking bad for them, and do what the fuck he does
and
anyways.
They would if it wasn't
but
for
instead,
the happiest
he
place
gets
on earth for little kids. That's the
gotta
problem.
take his little fucking penis out and start peeing all over the fucking state with his stupid shit, dude. I'm telling you,
Matt Gaetz.
it's fucking pointless. It's pointless, dumb.
You
fucking,
don't see anything wrong with teaching kids under third grade about
It doesn't
sex and
fucking
shit?
happen.
Well,
It
they
doesn't
want
happen.
to change it though. They want to be able to do that.
No,
They wanna be able to do it,
but who's they?
because here's the
And
thing.
he's saying,
Here's the thing
he's
with
saying
this
like,
bill.
just like with CRT,
here's
it just
the thing.
never happens. It's our imagination.
Okay, no,
it just doesn't happen.
No, here's-
CRT should be taught in school.
Okay, here's what the that's
No,
called American history. Let's not
American
get into
history
that.
should be
all right,
taught in
that's
schools.
called That's what that is. All right, that's what
No,
that
no,
is.
no,
Exactly
no.
what the fuck that is.
CRT is teaching kids that you're better than someone else,
No, it's not.
or you're oppressed by
No, it is
someone
not.
else because
No,
of
it's
their
not.
skin
What is
color.
No, it's not.
CRT?
That's what it
Memphis?
is.
Explain it to the audience.
Critical race theory, for those who don't know what it is, CRT is not to teach people like that they're better than anything else. It's like, hey, this is history, American history that should be taught, because if you can be taught about how great our country is or whatever in fucking the world wars or these motherfuckers who came in and colonized this country and whatever, then you should also learn about the Native Americans, like the true story about the Native Americans.
All that shit.
You didn't learn that in school?
No, you
No,
didn't. Not the
hell
true
no.
story.
You
Did you know? Did you know
hell
that
no.
our Mount Rushmore used to have Indian faces on it,
You didn't
and
know.
we fucking stole that from them and put freaking our
So
president's
you
face
miss
on it?
so if you miss some stories, it doesn't mean you weren't
No,
taught
you
that we-
missed the most fucked up stories.
That's not.
The
Listen,
CRT
you're not even
tells
letting me
you
respond,
the good part
which I
because
love how you jump back and like you just hype it up, you get more emotional. But the truth is, we were taught about Native Americans in school. We were taught about slavery in school. We were taught about all these things. What we weren't taught
It was
is to
whitewashed.
That
teach
was-
kids
it
that
was-
are
no, it's
young
not. No,
to
it's not, because-
separate each other and segregate each other. It would not be in line with Martin Luther King's vision of this country. I'll tell you that. It wouldn't.
you don't
No.
align kids with that.
Nobody's even talking about Martin Luther King anymore. Everybody's talking about CRT.
What are you talking about,
let's just pause right
You're
there
on
for a
the other
second.
side
Hold on a
talking
second.
about Martin Luther King.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait. 1 second. Why is it that every time like a white person and we come to anything of race, Dr. King is the first? Because when you say his name, you have to say it correctly, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It ain't Martin Luther King. Address him.
I said Dr.
properly.
King. A lot.
Dr.
That's
King.
Dr.
I said,
King.
oh, I
You
thought
gotta
you was
say
somebody
it,
else.
you gotta say it properly. But why is it that he's always the first one to be brought up? This is why
because those two views are at odds with each other.
Because there are more great African American people outside of Dr.
Who
King.
should be
Way
first,
more.
Memphis?
It's not about who should be first. This is why critical race theory is important, because none of these white motherfuckers don't know
That's
anything
racist.
about black like people outside of Dr. King,
Malcolm X.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
read Malcolm X.
Sonny Liston.
I read the whole
They-
book.
shit
At
like
the
that.
end,
They don't know who Huey P. Newton is. They don't know anything about that.
Frederick
it
Douglass.
doesn't,
Marcus
those
Garvey.
people weren't talking about the
You-
same
you
I
know,
learned
things.
in
Fred
school.
Fred Hampton.
I grew up in the hood. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't know. Like if
This-
we gotta learn about
those are
all
different
these
topics.
fucking
They talk
Don
they're talking
King.
about
no.
different
Hold on,
topics.
TK, hold on. Because education was like a minor of mine, so I'm very passionate about this shit.
So you're gonna
Because if
filibuster
you-
me?
No,
I know.
I'm not gonna filibuster you because no, fuck that shit.
Right out.
If kids are being taught about all these old wig wearing motherfuckers and all these and everybody else, their families and blah 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 and their lineage, you got to learn about everybody else's shit. At least for black folks, because we got a lot of black powerful and successful people that have happened. They lived here, but you don't hear nothing about George Washington Carver and all these motherfuckers that have invented things that way more than white people do. Like
Exactly, because that's
you don't
a
learn-
different topic.
But it's
We're
not,
talking
it's
about-
not about different topic. It's American
Because Martin Luther King said you could be judged on not on your skin color, but the content of your character. CRT
But
is
hold
the
on.
opposite of that.
Okay.
That's why I brought him
But
up.
if you
No,
if
it's
you
not.
all
no,
the 5 minutes I've been waiting to say that.
If you go quote
It's not though.
Wait, if
you
gonna
got a
quote-
misunderstanding
No,
of what
hold on, hold on.
CRT is.
Why don't you
bro.
pull it up
Hold
and
on.
read it?
I know what it is.
Pull it up
But
and
if
read
you-
it.
But if you're gonna quote
I
Dr.
lived it.
King, listen.
Okay, pull it up and read what it
Hold
says.
on, wait, hold on. If you're gonna quote Dr. King and say that part, because a lot of white people love to say that part, but you didn't finish the whole thing he said.
I don't
But you-
memorize shit.
But that's why we gotta learn the preamble. We gotta learn all this other shit about the Constitution and all the shit. And it depends on where you went to school, because I went to school in Missouri, got a great education. We had to like know the fucking Constitution, take tests on that shit to graduate high school. all kind of shit. They don't make you got if it happens here in America. It's American history. You can't just pick and choose.
I'm not picking and choosing.
I'm not saying you in general. I'm not saying
the
you.
Vision.
But the vision. I mean, it's education. Education is a vision
to
teach
learn
the
facts
abroad,
of what happened.
So basically,
teach them all.
Okay,
all of them,
so
everything.
basically,
Not gonna let me talk.
So I'm gonna go on record right now and say basically, education from K through 12 is basically a bunch of bullshit. It's just it's a shit that's been picking and chosen for motherfuckers to want to learn. But out of everything else, you can't have the good without the bad. You got to learn all that shit. And the shit they taught you about slavery, they didn't teach you the fact that here in this fucking state of Florida, that they use slave babies as gator bait. You didn't learn that in school. I learned that in college.
I told you there were stories you didn't learn.
But they're the worst parts. They're the parts. That's why it's critical race theory, because it's the parts that people need to know about. Because
that's not what it is.
No, that's bullshit. That's exactly what it is. Because you know why? Even though it's just a story.
You guys are killing me.
Listen,
you're killing me right now. I gotta sit here and listen to you, but you're not listening to me.
Yes, I am listening. I am listening, but you need to listen to me. Okay, what I'm trying to
listening. I'm quietly listening. I'm gonna listen.
All right. What I'm trying to tell you is the things that you learned, or the things that they wanted you to learn.
You know what I learned.
Okay, yeah, because you're telling me what you learned. You're telling me what you learned. Okay, you obviously
didn't let me tell you shit.
You obviously didn't learn all the horrible stories that we're telling you about that we learned because we dug deeper in, because it meant more to us. See, what you need to understand is that may be a story that's just, oh, well, okay, we missed a story. That's important to other fucking people. That's important for people to fucking know. Because you know why? I need to finish. Can I finish my point?
It's been a
because there are people who don't understand why some minorities have the mentality and the stance and the thought process that they have, and why they are so adamant in holding other people accountable for their actions.
It also goes in a point of
because it's more than just they couldn't sit in the back of the bus.
I can't say
that's
anything.
where it starts.
The white man can speak. Go ahead, TK. You're up to bat.
Thanks. So what I was going to say is, I didn't say that any one thing or anything that happened shouldn't be taught. You should teach it all.
Right.
After all that, right? Yeah. I said that. What I'm saying is, you shouldn't tell kids who are young that you were an oppressor, that you were oppressed, that these people should be over here, these people should be over there. So that's what CRT is.
No, that's not it. But if you can learn that these kids at the same age can be taught how great George Washington was, right?
Yep.
Okay, then, but you can't just let out the black side. You can't have the white side. If you want to know everything about George, if kids got to be taught,
that's not what I was saying.
No. But
I'm saying they should learn about all of the things that happened in history.
Right.
But what CRT is.
So you're saying two things in one. You're saying like they should be taught, but you're also saying that this, that, and the third. Like,
what shouldn't they teach, TK? What would offend you to teach the kids?
Factual history.
Okay, but I'm trying to find out what it is about CRT that you don't want taught. Exactly, specifically.
Yeah, what's not
I didn't know we were going to go deep diving into CRT, but let me pull it up.
I'll read it right now. Critical race theory is an academic concept that is more than 40 years old. The core idea is that race is a social construct, and that racism is not merely the product of individual bias or prejudice, but also something embedded in legal systems and policies. So it's saying it's not necessarily the human element. It's more,
that's what it is.
It's more also of the government structure and government policies.
And also that if you are white, you are racist. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's not what this says.
That is what it says.
No,
read it again.
No, only people who took that are like people who watch Fox News and OANN and all the other goofy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's how they
You're
spin
in that echo chamber, dog.
That's how they spin it. So you can think that when it's
I'm not in an echo chamber. I listen to everything.
But it's not that at all. And I'm sitting there telling you, this is what it is. I mean, I would know. I'm a black man. I'm a very educated black man.
To me, what I've been hearing is that if what they're saying right there is, it's not up to you. You don't make the decision about whether you're racist or not. If you're white, you're racist. That's what that says right there.
No, I didn't get nothing from it. Look, you need to understand. Listen, you need to not associate yourself with that side, because you're not that side. Gentry, you're not that side. Okay, there are. I've said this before in our podcast, many a great Caucasian white
Sure
people
are.
that helped.
I know a
that,
lot
that,
of.
that
All right, so check
helped,
this out.
That were on
These
the
are
right
the 5
side of
major
history.
components or tenets of CRT.
Okay.
One, the notion that racism is ordinary and not aberrational. So it's everyone's racist. The idea of an interest convergence, the social construct of race, the idea of storytelling and counter storytelling, and the notion that whites have actually been.
What have they been doing? What happened?
Where'd you pull that from?
You on Fox News again?
No, it's just right here at the top.
What?
It says, I just put Googled
What?
I Googled CRT
But
at
which-
the top. It
but
says
which
that
site?
right underneath. It says people to ask. What are the 5 principles of CRT?
That doesn't
Yeah,
sound.
man, see, you can't get all your information on the internet, though.
All right, look. If
Sounds
I'm,
like your
if I'm
information's a little
wrong,
fumbled.
if I'm wrong that they're not telling people that just because you are a certain color you're racist and there's nothing you can do about it, then I don't have a problem with it.
Never.
But if it,
I
that
can't
is what it is, then
imagine.
I don't like it.
No, I agree.
guess
if
then-
that okay. Well, if that's what it is, I agree with you.
And when I bring up Martin
wrong.
Luther King, it's because I think his vision for America is one of the best I ever heard. Out of all the white dudes in America that have ever gave their vision of America, of which there are many that are great, Martin Luther King's vision for America was amazing. So
Well, Dr. King was only one person.
and the way that he said that people
What
would be
about
judged.
Frederick Douglass? How he viewed America?
I love Frederick Douglass, but the way that Martin Luther King talked, it was so simple, and yet that's why I remember it, and that's
Sure.
the best part about
never
it.
heard-
I don't
I-
remember Frederick Douglass. He's too fucking smart, dude.
You
And
haven't
nobody
listened to
remember-
Huey P. Newton then, huh?
No.
Because
I don't know.
if you think-
I don't remember everything,
I mean,
but the best
he-
thing
he
about
broke it
I don't
down
hold
very
that
simple.
against you. I would
that
never
you
hold that
don't
against
remember those
anybody.
things
Sure.
and you do remember one, it makes that person all the greater.
You know
Yeah,
Little
no, I
Richard,
get
though,
it.
don't you?
No, I don't remember his stuff. I do
Tutti
remember
Frutti?
his-
Tutti Frutti, man.
Tutti
Oh,
Frutti.
Tutti
All right,
Frutti.
Tutti Frutti. Yep.
They never gave him credit for anything.
And he was too. Tutti Frutti.
He was
got-
little, too. He
He
was
got,
a little guy.
he got credit for the first jerk
He had that
curl.
little mustache.
That
Little
wasn't a
teeny
jerk curl. That
mustache.
was a press.
Yeah.
That was a press, bro.
Didn't he have jerk curl?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Whew, we
No,
made
I'm
it out the
thinking
other
of,
side of CRT.
All
I
right,
can't
yeah.
believe we made it. That was
Speaking
rough.
of
Jeez.
Jerry Curl, listen to this.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Watch out.
Enjoy yourself.
We got closer.
So that's Dave Chappelle. Everybody has now heard the news. Dave Chappelle's doing a show with Chris Rock and Jamie Foxx. All of a sudden, somebody in the audience, 23-year-old, got through security with a knife, somehow through metal detectors, attacks and tackles Dave Chappelle on stage. And the video's gone viral. And Chris Rock happens to get on the microphone like right after it happens. And we do have a quick clip. Let's
What did
Oh,
Chris
I
say?
gotta hear
see
this.
if we have the. This is some of the
laughing.
audio from the stage here.
Was that Will Smith?
Was that Will Smith?
That's what you call comedic timing. Boom.
Perfect.
Right on time.
Get boozed.
Nailed it.
Bro, when you wait months to drop a line like that, that is fucking comedic
It's
genius.
like, and everything has to line up right for you to drop that too. He was just right on
Didn't
time.
say a word since he's been smacked, basically.
It's true.
I hate to be the conspiracy theorist again, but was this staged again?
No.
I mean,
Oh, Lord, here we go.
is this a show?
We're going to
or
have to
they're
get
just
you
trying
a
to put-
tinfoil hat.
I
Jay.
don't know, man. What's
I
going
mean, the guy did come up there with a knife. If he really wanted to hurt Dave Chappelle, he tackled him. From what I understand,
Yeah, I
he
see the
could have
video.
stabbed him.
I'm sitting here
Yeah,
watching
it
the
was
video.
He tackled him, but this
Gun-shaped
Dave's
knife.
security got on him
Gun-shaped
so
knife.
fast.
Shaped like a gun.
They were on him like the moment he did that. They were on his ass.
Yeah, but if he could
They were
tackle
on his
him,
ass.
if he could tackle Dave
like-
Chappelle,
Did
then
he get
could have
raped, that
stabbed
guy?
him.
Yeah, he could.
With the- if he had a knife.
If
So
he,
then-
but if
so
he
then-
had, but he probably didn't get
so
a chance
then-
to get to it.
All I'm saying
He'll be able to get an
is
abortion, though, if he
that
gets
little
pregnant.
tidbit right there could lay doubt and claim to what Gentry's trying to
I
say.
can see that, but nah. Have you seen the dude?
Just so happens Chris Rock standing right there with a microphone.
No,
Ready to
Chris Rock-
talk.
No, Chris Rock came out on stage. He didn't have a microphone.
Jamie Foxx was
Yeah.
there, too.
Okay,
No,
that
Mike-
would be
Dave-
completely
Dave-
obvious.
Yeah, Dave had the mic.
He's
and
like
Chris,
mic'd up with a lanyard.
And Chris took the mic
fuck?
That
from
Will
Dave
Smith?
and said that. But but back to the point. I don't know if y'all seen what this dude looks like, but Dave and his
He got his
security,
ass beat.
Did you hear
they
Dave
stomped
Chappelle right
him
after?
out.
Speaking of
I
what
mean,
he looks
they
like,
stomped his ass
How did he
out.
get on stage?
play what Dave Chappelle says right after.
He was full of that tough guy juice, and he fucked
You know,
around and found out.
Right after the guy goes, it was a transsexual man.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it must have been a transsexual. Dude, I love him, dude.
He's so on point with the trans.
He went and beat the guy up right after.
Well, not literally, but
they beat the guy up really bad. If you saw the picture of him, his arm is like backwards and his face is all swollen.
You remember the episode of Martin when he fought Tommy Hearns? And at the end, Martin had his big ass head. It was all jacked up and shit. That's
they call that a pumpkin head.
Yeah, a pumpkin head. They fucked him.
I don't know if you've seen the.
I applauded. I wish I could have been there. I would have fucking bought bitches beers. I would have done something and to show my appreciation.
A bucket of fries, 2 chitlins, and a bowl of sunflower seeds.
They whooped his ass.
It should have got to that, man. He should have never made it on stage.
Yep.
Nope.
Congratulations.
Somebody needs to fire the security team yesterday.
So whoever was on that side probably gonna get fired because the way he came up. But everybody else probably gonna get bonuses.
They need some of them dudes from like the soccer games.
We appreciate y'all to stump. Like they beat his.
Did he
ass.
come from backstage or
no? He was in. He was like in the. The audience part.
No, he should have never even. Nope.
If you watch these soccer games, they got these girls, these PETA girls, and they run on the field, and they got these security guys are out of control. They just be watching them. As soon as them bitches even try to jump up, they got all these videos of these guys just fucking grabbing the girls. Before they can even get up, they need those guys. And then fire his dudes and get some of these like soccer goalie guys.
Big time, because they totally missed the ball on that one.
Well, comedy and putting on a show like that, it's hard to stop someone. I mean, if a fan wants to run up on the stage,
what happens?
How many security guards do you have to have? An entire wall of security?
Like it's a wall of security. Like, and you know,
what happens if our guy
Dave would make fun? Like, I got a wall of motherfuckers. So if you try to run up here, they'll stump you out before you get out your seat.
What if our guy's on stage with a gat? He's had it. It's loaded. It's cocked. Here he comes. Shoots him. Keeps talking.
Yeah, there should be metal detectors.
And keeps going.
There was.
But I think,
was
you know
at
what?
this event.
Would he be allowed to finish the comedy act if he just shot one of the people and they just died?
There was a knife.
Yeah. Or
could he finish the show?
Yeah.
He just blasts a dude and he falls.
I believe
they
he
just
finished.
wheeling. They just get him out.
They beat his ass. They got him out of there, and he finished the show.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx came out.
I'm sure he made tons of jokes about it.
Buster was
You
there.
know he's good for that
great.
shit. Yeah.
I would like. We got to. Hopefully they put out like a Netflix of this. It is a Netflix, right?
I don't know.
Netflix.
Was it a Netflix special?
I think
it might be. It might be.
Was it a?
If it is, can you imagine?
Awesome.
That's the beginning of that.
Do they still show that,
bro? What?
Do they still show that?
What, Dave Chappelle
the guy?
stuff?
Well, the guy got his ass kicked, so he could like theoretically. Well, he's on it. He can get royalties.
The reason why you're not seeing a lot of footage from this particular event is because it was being filmed for a special, and these TV execs and network execs, they don't want anyone having their cell phones out, so they make you lock it in a box.
So guess what?
Yeah.
So there was not a lot of people.
I've seen Chappelle twice, and I've had to do it.
So it leads to my point that again, they're just trying to make that money. The only way you're going to see exactly what happened is you're going to have to watch the Netflix special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gentry says it's a setup. You got to watch the Netflix. You know what? I'm on your fucking team, G.
I think Vince McMahon is really starting to run the world.
This is fucking wrestling. This is wrestling.
You start hearing glass break.
I mean,
they realize the ratings this shit gets.
I gave you the argument for it, right? You know, in what I had to say about it. Like,
and let me tell you this: if he had a gun, why didn't he stab him? Why didn't he shoot him?
But that's
why did he just do the little shoulder shrug?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if he got close enough to tackle him, if this guy
if you
was
can touch it, you
in
can
the
catch
mindset to hurt him really and had the knife to
That's
use
football
it.
reference for you boys.
How many times have you been to a show where all of a sudden a member of the audience, he may be sitting 2 rows over from you, and you're at some kind of show, and next thing you know, he's involved in the show?
You never hung out Fort Myers,
it.
have you?
I've seen that. Like,
I've seen it all the time.
You've never seen that at a show where, like, all of a sudden the people in the audience become members of what you're watching.
I've
seen that happen.
Yeah, I've seen
So
it.
you
Yeah,
think that's what's going on?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe just throwing it out there.
You're like,
It
there's
happens in
Will
Magic
Smith. He's
House all
going
the
up
time.
there to say hi to Chris Rock.
I just don't see how do you get in through a metal detector with a knife that looks like a gun, and
I
then
think it was one of those ghost things because you can like 3D print with the motherfuckers.
It was a knife shaped like a gun.
Was it a metal knife or was
No, I
it like
think
a ceramic knife or some
Could
shit
have
like
been,
that?
it could
wasn't
have
a
been
real
like
gun.
3D printed or something like that because you have these ghost guns out here now where these kids are literally walking around with guns that they can just murder motherfuckers and throw that shit away and you wouldn't find it.
It's biodegradable.
Speaking
Where we going now?
of real or fake,
Let's roll.
what do you think about Dolly Parton's boobs?
I want to
Are
see
they real
them.
or are they fake?
I don't care. I want to suck them.
They're fake,
Yeah,
dude.
I want to see them. To this day, like right now, I still want. I'm looking
Hell
at some
yeah.
of her recent pictures. I'm like, them shits. If you
At
see her
76, you
they
wanna
wouldn't
see 'em?
drop down. They'd
Yes.
be like, okay.
Yes.
I
a
want to see them
resounding
out of
yes.
curiosity.
Negative.
Yes, I would like to see them.
What?
You wouldn't even want to see them?
No.
What?
I do not. All I'm thinking of like are
crazy.
veiny giant grapes.
No way, dude. They're probably
Giant green
fucking
grapes. All
amazing.
veiny.
Her nipples are probably ginormous.
She's probably got some.
Great.
She probably got some
Oh.
a certain kind of cream or some lotion, so she rubs. On
I
her
got some
boobs.
cream she can rub on her boobs.
I know you do.
She's been an outstanding businesswoman. You
Oh,
know,
she's fucking
Hell yeah.
amazing
She's
person. She's great. I feel bad for talking dirty about her because she's such an amazing soul. But I
Sweet
would
lady.
totally rail her today.
still with it, 76.
So
Fuck yeah,
76.
dude.
Yeah, she
I
can
would
get
be
it.
all
I think
up
the
in
well may have
some
went dry.
76-year-old
That's why they
pussy.
make lube.
Getting divorced as fuck in some 76-year-old pussy.
Hey, you
Well,
know
you
what?
got the kids in
Hold on,
Dollywood.
Wait, if you get listen,
I've been there.
I got the Dollywood for you, baby.
No, I love her. She's
If you
amazing.
get if you can get a chance
All
to get
jokes aside.
to get
Inside.
Dolly Parton and your wife find out, you ain't getting no fucking divorce. Once she'll be amazed, like this motherfucker. She'll be pissed off, but in her mind, she'll be like, this motherfucker got fucking Dolly Parton, her old ass.
She'll be mad because I didn't call her over.
Well,
Shit.
the reason why I bring up Dolly Parton is not just because of her large breasts. It's because I'm bringing her up because she's now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She should be.
It was announced that she's in the class of 2022. Dolly Parton. She also joins another member. I don't know if he does. This isn't rock and roll, but this is another person who is getting into the Hall of Fame this year. That would be
Marshall Mathers.
yes,
That's dope.
Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow.
He wishes.
Jack Harlow's uncle.
Eminem will be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the class of 22, along with Dolly Parton.
That's dope.
Now, are there any rockers in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Just wondering, any
Yeah,
rock bands?
hell yeah.
Oh,
Jimi
Rolling-
Hendrix is in
Rolling
there.
Stones are in there.
All of them.
The Beatles are
Guns
there.
N'
Rock band.
Roses.
You know, I mean, this is maybe my personal belief, but to me, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stands for more than just rock and roll.
Hell yeah.
It really means just
Good. It's
new
good.
music in general, like, nothing classical, like just from rock
Contemporary?
music on, just contemporary music, period. Like,
Yeah.
just the best of the best of the best of the best. Like, Run DMC's there, like Prince is in it, like,
I get it.
yeah, you know
No,
what
I
I'm
get
saying?
it.
Like,
I'm
fuck
just
yeah,
messing
like,
around. I
Jay-Z's
totally
in
get
there.
it.
and,
Like,
and I think it's
everything
dope.
is rock and roll that's good.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah,
know that.
that's
Yeah.
American. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
America.
You know who the first
Love it.
African American was that was induced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Chuck
I'm gonna-
Berry.
Jimmy, right?
Hold on, wait. Give me a second.
Wasn't it Jimmy?
Miles Davis?
Oh, no. It was Louis. What was his name? Louis Armstrong.
Louis, was it
Ooh,
Louis?
that's a good
No,
one.
it was jazz.
I'm seeing
Should've been.
Aretha Franklin,
No, that's
but
good one.
R-E-A-B-C-D.
That's not it. That's fucking Queen Latifah Franklin. The remix. R-E-S-B-I-T-C-H.
I'm gonna have to double check to make sure who was the first person in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was
The first-
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly.
Buddy
yeah.
Holly.
Chuck
Didn't he have
Berry,
didn't he
Elvis
marry his
Presley.
13-year-old cousin?
Yeah, I think so.
He knows Karate,
I lived
man.
in his hometown of Lubbock, Texas. Shout out to the Hub City out there. Yeah, I lived down in Lubbock. It's
Yeah.
flat as fuck.
Do they all bang
Aretha-
their cousins? Oh,
I don't know, but I banged a lot of cousins out there.
disgusting.
Your own?
Not
No,
yours, are they?
no.
Disgusting. It's
I said in
disgusting.
Lubbock, Texas.
Oh, okay.
I am not from Texas. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. But I did bang a lot, meaning like dudes, cousins, female. You know what I mean?
The Rock and
I
Roll
can
Hall.
say that now because me and my ex broke up, and so I didn't.
So now you can say that.
When was that?
Yeah, this was wow. It's
Oh,
wild.
okay.
Wild back.
Hey, he's not talking about his wife. He's
Oh,
talking
okay,
about the
okay.
ass.
I thought-
Yeah.
I
The
didn't
one
realize
he cheated
this.
on her with,
The Rock
Yeah,
and Roll.
Oh, love it, Texas.
I was,
When
Because he's a hoe. You know he's a hoe.
I
I'm
know
a
the
hoe,
story.
too.
I
Yeah, I
follow the
was-
Memphis escapades.
I was a hoe back then, and I do apologize for that.
What about you,
But-
Gentry? You've been getting a lot of tang lately.
Last night I did. I got some last night.
Did you?
That's a
All right.
positive
Hey,
thing.
all right. Yeah, so you got the
All
look.
right,
I
good
see it in
for you.
your face.
TMI,
I can see
TMI.
it.
You see
I
the
can
twinkle
it.
in my eyes?
What about you, Ramo?
I got some today. So
Did ya?
Today?
From
Wow.
a girl.
Ramo.
no, never that. No,
Some tang.
for myself.
The dog.
Oh man.
I had to use my right hand because my left hand's hurt. So
Quick and easy.
different trick. Yeah.
Fucking.
I didn't realize this. I'm looking at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It really hasn't been around that long.
No.
How long has it been around?
1986
Yeah.
was the
Really?
first.
I'm thinking
class.
they've been around since like the 50s, man.
No.
What the hell? I'm tripping.
That's why you guys were mentioning the older artists, which was probably smart of you to mention like the Louis Armstrongs as the
Right.
first African Americans in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but it was Aretha in 1987. So they didn't put any black people in the first year. As you like to say, Memphis, they were holding the black people down.
They were holding back.
They said,
racist
"Hey, we'll
motherfuckers.
give it to the black people."
Well, they stole
But
all
not
the
the
music
first
from
year.
them,
They steal all
so
the
they
music.
needed a head start because they knew they were about to get overtaken and easily beaten because they knew where they took the sounds from.
Hell yeah!
And then they were like,
the
we're
best
gonna get out of
vocalist,
here.
black,
We're gonna put out
the
some
best
records
guitarist,
first, and then we'll let
black,
you guys
the
come
best
along.
drummer,
Well,
black.
I think what happened is I'm going to take the white view. I think what
Motherfucker, you brown.
because he went totally brown with it. So I think it's just my place. I think what happened is it was initially just going to be like rock and roll music, Hall of Fame, but it became such a hit after the first year. They were like, we need to involve everybody. And that's when they were like, all right, let's open it up to everything, and made it more of a national
in the beginning
sensation.
for the first
Hell
rapper
yeah.
or
So,
who was
like-
the first
Oh,
rapper to get
sure.
in, G?
So wait a minute. So Buddy Holly was the first
Eminem.
person in general. Like he was the only one in the class.
Right.
Nobody
50
else
Cent?
behind him.
No, there was I'm reading
Oh
more
yeah, Run
into
DMC.
this.
Okay.
Aretha was the first woman to get in. There was
Nice.
no woman in the first year.
Right.
And the
Chuck
sexist.
Berry.
Chuck Berry.
See, I
he was the
Chuck
first
Berry.
year. Yeah,
I was
He got
right.
in the first year.
See,
he
I
did.
said
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So
I
then,
said
see,
that.
there you go.
Chuck
I knew
Berry.
he would be. Yeah.
And he from St.Ouis. Represent, baby.
Yeah, so he was
What's
in
his
the
song?
first year.
He ain't been Black Sister Commodores. No women. That's Lionel Richie.
Didn't he,
Yeah.
didn't he do the twist too? Chuck
Yeah,
Berry?
the twist.
Yeah.
Was it the twist?
Nah, it was
Come
Chubby.
on,
No, that's
everybody.
Chuck.
That
That's
was
Chubby.
Chubby
That's
Checker.
Chubby
Chubby
Checkers.
Checker.
No. He
The
did.
Isley Brothers covered it
He
too.
did.
Hold on.
Maybelline.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, Maybelline.
You know the funny story? Chuck Berry got a sex tape out.
Oh no.
Oh, it's true. I seen part of it, and it was like this lady. He was fucking his white lady.
God damn it,
And she
man.
was-
It's every
It's
topic, dude.
sexualize everything.
Hold
here.
on, listen. I gotta finish telling you this part, right? So they both naked, and his white lady's like fucking licking his nuts and shit like that. So she
All
started
right,
licking his
TMI.
ass.
He's
Hold on.
singing.
He
He's
started
singing
licking
his
his
hits.
ass, and he farts in her face and get in there.
Oh, now
That
I'm
shit
in.
was
Now I'm in. This is good.
Like he was like, "Brr, get in
And
there.
see,
Gentry, pull that clip
they
up.
should have never. They should have never gave his ass money. They should have never gave him
Oh,
money.
just
Nope.
starting to have a good time. Thought we were gonna get that clip.
That's going to be the end of this episode of the Outcast podcast. We appreciate everybody listening.
Next week we're gonna have a girl on here.
We did get
Are
some.
we?
I don't think so.
shit.
If we're
Not
gonna
after
be-
this episode.
Nope. I think the one that was on the hook listened to the show and she said,
Fuck that.
"No, thank you. I'll
Yeah,
pass."
If you're gonna be a chick on our show, you got to be gross.
But we will have Delia again,
Yeah.
and that's close enough, right?
Oh.
yes. Jeez Louise.
He's outside right now. Leave him alone.
He's ready to hoop.
We're gonna go play some ball. You got anything to say to the people, Rainbow G?
Man, be good to each other. Be good to yourself. And smoke a lot of weed. It's good for you.
Memphis.
Yeah. Ladies,
Who's the
women-
black person that we should research over the weekend?
Yeah, class work.
Because we can't mention Dr. Martin Luther King. You see how I
Booker T
threw that
watched.
doctor? Booker T, the wrestler?
Oh, that's
No,
an easy
Booker
one.
T.
I love that guy.
Booker T,
I
man.
like
He
Booker
kicks
T
ass.
wrestler too. I like him too. He's awesome.
Kamala.
I already know about Booker T.
Junkyard dog.
TK,
Yes.
you want to offend anyone else before we get out of here?
No,
Come
no,
on, do
no,
it, do
no,
it, do it,
no.
do it.
I love all of you people equally.
What do you mean, you people? What the hell is that supposed to
What do you
mean?
mean?
You people. Damn.
That's that bullshit I was talking about.